opening night, you guys, are some of the big stars that are going to be absent for the foreseeable future. And I'm talking about Jonathan Toews with Chicago, the captain, dealing with a health issue, will not join his team to start the season. Nikita Kucherov out for the regular season. He had hip surgery. Maybe he'll be available for the playoffs. Edzo, you mentioned Henrik Lundqvist, who had open heart surgery, dealing with a major situation there. Appears to be doing well, according to his updates on his social media. Corey Crawford sudden retirement. So the New Jersey Devils are left without a goaltender now. They signed him to a 2-year deal, hoping he'd be the #1 guy. Let's talk about some of these big names. And Jonesy, I'm not sure where you want to start, but maybe we start in Chicago with Jonathan Toews. And, the Blackhawks are going to have to be missing their captain.
Yeah, of all the guys that are going to be missing, obviously Jonathan Toews is the most important, the captain of the hockey team. He's been there since he arrived in the National Hockey League. A player that Edzo gets to watch a lot more frequently than I do, but we all love watching him play. Ultra competitive. The leadership part of the game can't be underestimated, how much he brings to the table. Stanley Cup championships, all of those things. And also just a tremendous guy to listen to, speak after games and before games. He's got a lot to say and a lot to offer, but most importantly, he's a great player. So he will be missed. The Blackhawks as a team are going to obviously have huge skates to fill. Very difficult challenge. I would be surprised if they could make the playoffs without him. I don't think that's anything shocking, but I'll miss watching him play and watching him lead that team. They always felt like the Hawks had a chance when Toews and Kane were there together. Kane by himself is going to have a much more difficult time.
Yeah, you mentioned Corey Crawford, KT. I think Jersey's going to be okay with Mackenzie Blackwood. I think he's a pretty darn good young goaltender, and I think they wanted to bring Crawford in there to help mentor him and to not necessarily allow Blackwood to have to play in a normal season, to be a guy that carries the load and play 50-plus games. So I think they're certainly looking to bring somebody in there to help the young goaltender. I think they'll be fine. But a guy like Corey Crawford, he got offered a contract in Chicago before he eventually signed that 2-year deal in New Jersey, and just decided, I want to go and play a little bit more. And he just decided to pack it in for personal reasons, and we have to respect that issue. And another goaltender, you mentioned Henrik Lundqvist. I don't want to say I was surprised that he left, the situation with the two good goaltenders in New York, with the Rangers, with Shesterkin and Georgiev, but they really like that guy, Jonesy. They really do, Georgiev. But at the end of the day, to see Henrik Lundqvist decide that he wanted to play a little bit more, and he goes to Washington, and to know an arch rival of the New York Rangers, but then hearing this, the news that he had to have the surgery, on his heart. And as we said earlier, we're certainly thinking about him and praying for him and hoping that he's going to be okay. And, look at it, is there an opportunity that, that we see Henrik Lundqvist put on the pads again one more time? Only time will tell. And certainly that would be a great thing, but I think we'll always know him as a guy that carried the franchise for the New York Rangers for a long, long time. And I still believe to this day, KT and Jonesy, I still don't think that he gets enough props for being the guy in New York for all those years. You saw some of the teams that he played. I don't want to say he played in front of, he played in back of. He was a guy that helped carry the load, and he came a little short in winning the Stanley Cup there against LA a few years ago. But this guy's a winner, and we're going to miss him, that's for sure, this year. And hopefully he's healthy first and foremost, and we'll wait and see on his hockey career.